Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to The Careful Poet. It's me, Mac. It's been a while. It's been a long while. It's been about 2 months since you have seen this face. So, hi. I haven't made a video in a while because I recorded one for my 1 month on tea, but I never ended up putting pictures in it, and I never ended up posting it. So, here we are. I already recorded this, but I'm recording it again because there's a lot of noise in the background, and I'm hoping that now there won't be. We'll see if that works. So I wanted to make this video because it is the 22nd of November, which means that Thursday, Thanksgiving, the 28th of November, will be my 3 months on testosterone. Does it feel like it was just yesterday to you? Because it feels like it was just yesterday for me, and it's very strange. But here we are, and that is really exciting. So, I'm going to do the pretty stereotypical thing of going head to toe on changes, and then I'll talk about other miscellaneous things, and then at the end I'll show you pictures. I'll do all the pictures at the end. I'll probably do a voice comparison at the end as well, because I want to do the one that I use for my podcast, or I guess I could just send you over to my podcast. We'll see. Let's just do that, because it would be kind of hard for me to put them in here, and I'm not good at video editing, and I don't want to risk messing it up and promising something I can't do. So, 1, I'm going to slow down because I'm talking too fast. 2, I'm going to send you over to Master of a Few at the end of the video. Stay till the end of the video so you can see pictures. But then, go over to Master of a Few. If you go to my most recent segment, segment 62, I'm a 5. It's about my Enneagram type. The first part, you will hear the voice comparison from pre-T, 1 month on T, 2 months on T, and 3 months on T. So, go check that out. Is it 3 months on T? I might just have done like the day I started T, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. That sounds right. That's what it is, because there's only 4 of them. So, go over to, here's the logo. Yay, it's beautiful. Master of a Few. Go check that out for my voice comparisons. So, head to toe. Here we go. That's fun, it rhymed. My hair. My hairline has not particularly changed. You'll see pictures at the end to sort of show at the various stages, but it hasn't really changed, which I'm appreciative of. My father has a pretty intense widow's peak, and I didn't want it. So, I'm sure it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. My hair is being weird today. But I'm not losing it, and that's what matters. From there, my eyebrows are significantly bushier than they used to be, which you'll also be able to see in pictures more. My jawline has squared out significantly, which I love very much. I am capable of growing facial hair. I have just recently shaved because I was doing No Shave November, but I'm going back to my parents' house, so I shaved. And you couldn't really see it in pictures or anything, but up close you could see it was pretty long, and it's only been 2 days since I shaved, and I'm very prickly, so I need to shave again. But facial hair is a thing that's happening quickly, which I love very much. Next up, I think my face shape in general has just squared off a bit, which I'm really happy about, because I was kind of really dysphoric about my face shape. So I really like the fact that it's squared out a bit. I have more of the face shape of my dad now, which I'm very happy about. My voice has very much changed. Like I said, check out the podcast. The logo's gone now, but it was here. Check out my podcast. Link in the description down there for voice comparisons. But my neck is also thicker, significantly thicker, which I like. I'm starting to get, I don't think you can see it yet, but starting to get an Adam's apple. Sometimes you can see it when I swallow. Sometimes. But that's really exciting. And very strange, but I really like it. And then my shoulders have definitely broadened. I'm starting to broaden out. This shirt is just big on me. It always has been. But now the shoulders are significantly less off than they used to be. This used to be way big on me, and now it's not. which is pretty cool. So my shoulders are squaring out and broadening, which I really like. My arms, I'm not muscly by any stretch of the imagination, but like, can we look at my shoulders? Like, look how square. Big hat, very happy about that. But like, I'm not very muscly. Have never been very muscly. You'll see pictures, comparison pictures at the end. But I haven't gone to the gym in a while, so this is all just testosterone growth, which is cool. Fat redistribution hasn't really been too much of a thing. I feel like, yeah, it hasn't really been too much of a thing. I think my hips might have squared out a bit, although I never really had hips, so it might just be that my waist has stopped being like as tapered. It's still very tapered, but not as tapered and a little bit squarer. Though I did notice that my dress shirts, I'm pointing to my closet, my dress shirts are obviously men's cut, and so because of that, like, there's very little give in the hips. And I wore one the other day, and usually I just tuck it in because it like does this weird like crinkly thing up on my hips because it's too tight. So I just tucked them in, but I didn't the other day, and it just fell straight down. So I think my hips have slimmed out a little bit, which I'm very happy about. My stomach is hairy, not hairy, but like fuzzy, which I kind of like. I have a happy trail, and that's fun. My legs aren't significantly hairier than they used to be. They're a little hairier, but not a ton, which I'm okay with. And I think my arms aren't hairier than they used to be. My hands haven't changed. Some people say that their hands get really more veiny and just rougher. That has not happened. I still have ridiculously soft hands. That has not changed. I'm not significantly veinier or anything. So that's it for the head to toe changes. Now just various other things while I put on my shirt. I used to get really bad hot flashes in between my shots. Like I get my shots on Wednesdays, and so on like Sunday, starting on like Sunday afternoon, I would get really, really tired and have very little energy. Why do I have a pen in my pocket? I would have very little energy. I'd get really, really tired and couldn't focus on things, and it was rather unpleasant, to be honest. But that has stopped being a thing as much in the past couple shots. I just had my 7th shot on Wednesday, and since like probably the 5th or so, that's been going down, which I really appreciate, as well as the hot flashes that I used to get before my next shot, and those were awful, and those have started to go down as well, which I'm very, very happy about. What else? People sometimes think that you're going to get angrier or more aggressive on T, and I don't think that's true. I haven't. My dysphoria has significantly improved. I'm far less dysphoric than I was. I'm more confident in speaking because my voice is low. I'm more confident in just life in general because I don't feel like I'm going to get misgendered all the time. I pass 98% of the time. It's a completely arbitrary percentage, but that's what it feels like, which I love. It does make it way worse when I do get misgendered. Hate it so much, and it kind of puts me out of commission for a bit, but it happens far less often, which is great. What else? What else? Oh, singing. As I do that, singing. I've had to relearn how to sing because my range is completely different. So I felt bad for a while for anyone who had to stand next to me while I tried because it was bad. But I've started to figure out my range. I'm a low tenor now, which I love. Like, my head voice is almost completely gone, which is very strange. Like, unless I have to go really high, my head voice is gone. And I'm not sad about it, because I hated it. So I really like my new voice, my new range. It's still under construction. I'm still figuring it out. It'll be nice when my voice settles more. It doesn't really crack very often. It just feels weak, and like I have to try really hard to project now. That is something I've noticed with my voice, is that it's harder to project and be loud. I used to have my voice used to project really, really well and carry really, really well. And it does that less now. I think it's because it's starting to settle. So working on that, trying to get the strength in my voice back to be able to sing more, things like that. But it's been a really, really cool experience being able to hit notes I could not hit before. So I'm really loving that. My feet are the same size, which is not really a surprise. Some people say they might get a little bit of foot growth, but I have not gotten any foot growth, which I'm okay with. I get to buy little boys' shoes, which are cheaper, so it's fine. And hipstery, well-dressed boys are in, so great. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that is everything for the changes that I have noticed. All in all, I'm a very, very happy camper. Being on testosterone has been great. Giving myself shots has not been hard or scary or anything like that. Sometimes it hurts a lot, though. I have learned that before a shot, do not, like, after you do your shot, you need to get up and walk around, because I do intramuscular, so it goes into the muscle. And if you just sit there for a bit afterward, it hurts so much more when you stand. So get up and walk around, because otherwise, ow, it hurts so much. But other than that, like, giving myself shots has not been hard at all. Yeah, anything else? A very, very vague, because I really just don't have more to say about it, announcement: next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I have my first consult for top surgery. I don't have a timeline. I have literally no other information, just that I have my first consult, which is really exciting. Anything else? Nope, I think that's it for the changes. So, we're gonna stop for a second, and I'm gonna show you pictures so you can get all your pictures, and then I have a few more things at the end of the video. So stick around for those, but we're gonna pause here so that you can see some pictures. First of, well, I don't really need to narrate for you. Here are the pictures. Here are the pictures. Okay, now that I've shown you pictures, yeah, a few more things before I go. One, I'm going to try and upload a little bit more regularly. I'm not saying frequently, I'm saying regularly. My plan is 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, maybe with some topic videos in between, probably not. So, there you go. So expect the next video, if I don't do anything in between, expect the next video in November, December, January, February. Expect the next video in February. February 28th. Is this a leap year? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. But February 28th will be 6 months on T. Craziness. But yeah, so expect it then. Can you hear the train? There's a train. Okay, anyway. So expect it then. Probably not anything beforehand, because I'm bad at such things. But for every single week, there will, well, with a few exceptions, because holidays being at my parents' house, whatnot, the podcast, Master of a Few, is a thing. So check that out. You can also follow me on Instagram. Oh, look, you can see my finger right there? Yeah, because my Instagram handle is going to be right here for Master of a Few. Do that one, because if you try and follow me on The Careful Poet, which is my personal Instagram, if I don't know you, I'm far less likely to accept it, because it's a private account. But if you follow me on Master of a Few, you get mostly the same stuff. It's just officially for the podcast, so you should check that out. But if you do want to send me messages, you can do that at The Careful Poet, and I'm pretty good about responding to them. Speaking of, I received a message thanking me the other day, because someone's parent had found this video and as a result has started to come around to their kid coming out. And first of all, if you're watching this, either of you, child or parent, thank you for watching. Thank you. Congratulations to the child for coming out. It's a really scary thing. I'm always impressed when people come out. So good for you. To parent, thank you for doing some research, for looking things up, for trying. It means a lot I'm sure it means a lot to your child, but it also means a lot to me because my parents don't do that. My parents are not trying. And so thank you to every parent who tries to understand their child, tries to be there for their kid. It's really important. You're saving lives. To all chosen families, friends, relatives, old teachers, as in former teachers, I'm not calling you old, former teachers, friends, family members, I've already said this, chosen family, thank you for existing. Family can be a really hard thing to find when you're trans or queer in general and your biological family can't accept you. That can be really, really hard. And so, thank God for chosen families. You're fantastic. Keep up the good work. At the Trans Day of Remembrance service I went to on Wednesday, one of the speakers said, we don't need allies, we need accomplices, and that's true. And so I do urge you, chosen families, people who consider yourself allies or accomplices, as the holidays happen, don't sit back when people you love, trans people you love, queer people you love, are berated or put down. Say something, speak up. Keep in mind, don't out anybody. That's really important. Don't out anybody, but speak up for the queer community. If your family member is out, speak up for them. That we need allies. We need people who will say the things that we can't. Yeah, do all the things. Be fantastic. Be brilliant. And I think that is everything I have to say. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore. So, podcast, book, the 1-year anniversary of my book coming out is coming up, which is very exciting. That'll be a big thing. Not really, but it'll be a thing. So check out my book if you want to. Check out my podcast if you want to. Subscribe here if you want to. Leave me a comment if you'd like. I think that's everything. So thank you so much for watching. Have a brilliant day. Did I ever have a closing for this? I don't know, but my name's Mac. Thank you for watching The Careful Poet. Have a brilliant day. Bye.